my channel. If you're new here, I'm Anselina and I turn almost everything into character design. Right now, I'm doing a series of turning every country's food into character design. And today, it's gonna be Japan. Alright, imagine this. You're sitting in a calm Japanese restaurant, soft music, and in front of you is a plate that looks like a tiny art gallery that you can eat. That's sushi. Not just food, but an experience. What exactly is sushi? Most people think sushi equals raw fish. But surprise, that's not actually true. The real heart of sushi is the rice, specifically vinegared rice called shari. So the toppings can be like fresh fish, cooked seafood, vegetables, even egg. So technically, even cucumber sushi is still sushi. So there are different types of sushis, like each with its own personality. So let's meet the characters of the sushi world. Before that, I'm not gonna pronounce any of these words since I'm not sure about the pronunciation. So I'm just gonna put the word here. So the first type is this. The elegant one, a small hand-pressed rice base with a slice of fish on top. Simple, classy, iconic. Next one is the crowd favorite, rolled sushi wrapped in seaweed and sliced into bite-sized pieces. And the next one is this. The inside-out rebel, rice on the outside, seaweed inside. This is where you find creative rolls. And this one. This is the fun one, a cone-shaped sushi you eat with your hands, like an ice cream, but savory. So fun fact about sushi is actually ancient. Sushi didn't start as a fancy meal. It began over 1,000 years ago as a way to preserve fish. People would ferment fish with rice. Back then, they didn't even eat the rice. Modern sushi evolved in Japan during the 1800s as a fast food. Yes, sushi was once like grabbing a burger. Sushi is edible art. Sushi chefs train for years, sometimes decades. They learn how to slice fish perfectly, how to shape rice just right, even how to balance flavors like a scientist plus artist combined. A single piece of sushi is designed to be eaten in one bite, a perfect balance of taste and texture. You know, wasabi isn't what you think. That green paste you get with sushi. Most of the time, it's not real wasabi. Real wasabi is rare and expensive. What you usually get is a mix of horseradish, mustard, and green coloring. Also, fun tip. In Japan, chefs already add the perfect amount of wasabi inside the sushi. So, mixing a huge blob into soy sauce is kind of a, tourist move. Sushi around the world. Sushi has gone global and gotten creative. The famous California roll was actually invented in the US. Some sushi now includes cream cheese, mangoes, spicy sauces. There's even dessert sushi made with chocolate and fruit. I think that's enough of sushi talk, so here we go. Sushi turned into a character design. Let's take a delicious deep dive into one of Japan's crispiest treasures, tempura. So what is tempura? Tempura is a classic dish from Japan where seafood or vegetables are lightly battered and deep fried to crispy perfection. But here's the twist. It's not heavy or greasy like typical fried food. Instead, it's light, airy, and delicate, almost like it's wearing a crunchy cloud. So you'll usually find shrimp, the superstar, and then sweet potato, eggplant, mushrooms, even leaves like shiso. And it's often served with a dipping sauce called this. It's a savory mix of soy sauce, dashi, and mirin. So let's talk about the surprise origin story. Here's something most people don't, except tempura isn't originally Japanese. It was actually inspired by Portuguese missionaries who came to Japan in the 18th century. They introduced a frying technique for fish during fasting periods. The word tempura is believed to come from the Latin word tempora, referring to those fasting days. But trust Japan to take something and turn it into an art form. During the Edo period, tempura evolved into the refined dish we know today. Fun and crispy facts about tempura. Here's where things get extra fun. Cold batter equal better crunch. Tempura batter is often made with ice-cold water. This slows gluten formation, keeping it light and crispy instead of chewy. You're supposed to eat it fast. Tempura is best eaten immediately after frying. Let it sit too long and goodbye crunch. Shrimp gymnastics. Ever notice tempura shrimp are straight instead of curled? Chefs actually make tiny cuts in the shrimp to keep them from curling while frying. It's like giving shrimp a yoga stretch. Leaves can be tempura too. Yes, even maple leaves. In some part of Japan, people fry preserved maple leaves as a seasonal snack. Why people love tempura? It's simple but done perfectly, and that's the essence of Japanese cuisine. And here we go, tempura turned into a character design. As usual, it's dessert time, and it's taiyaki, Japan's cutest, craziest, sweetest fish. Alright, imagine walking through a cozy street in Japan. You hear a soft sizzle, smell something sweet and buttery in the air, and then you see it, a golden fish-shaped treat smiling back at you. That's taiyaki, one of Japan's most adorable and delicious desserts. Let's dive into this fun fishy world. What exactly is taiyaki? Taiyaki literally means baked sea bream, inspired by the fish called Red Sea bream, a symbol of good luck and celebration in Japan. But don't worry, there's no actual fish inside. Instead, it's a waffle-like batter poured into a fish-shaped mold, filled with something sweet and cooked until crispy outside and soft inside. The delicious fillings. This is where it gets fun. Classic taiyaki is filled with anko, a sweet red bean paste made from azuki beans. But modern versions? They went wild with it. Creamy custard, melted chocolate, matcha cream, sweet potato, even cheese or savory fillings. It's basically like a surprise in every bite. You never know what your little fish is hiding. Okay, let's talk about a bit of history, but let's make it fun. So taiyaki was first made in Tokyo around 1909. Here's the fun twist. Before taiyaki, people ate a round pancake called this. But one clever shop owner thought, what if I make it fish-shaped to attract more customers? And boom! Taiyaki became an instant hit. Cause honestly, food shaped like animals is just better. Why a fish though? Great question. In Japan, the Red Sea bream, called tai, is considered a symbol of celebration, a sign of good luck associated with prosperity. So, eating taiyaki is like eating a lucky charm. Delicious and lucky. Yes, please. So here's the great debate. Head first or tail first? This is where things get serious. People in Japan are divided into two groups. Head first eaters and tail first eaters. So head first eaters start with the crispy part and reach the filling later. And then tail first eaters save the best, the filling, for last. There's no right answer, but your choice says a lot about your personality. Okay, let's hear some fun facts. So taiyaki molds are often made of heavy iron like old school waffle makers. There are even cold taiyaki versions filled with ice cream. Okay, then let's see the character design of taiyaki. That's it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So comment down below which country should I do next.